Hi everyone. Hi guys. It's Kat.
Oh no.
AKA too
Already.
busy to show up to my own show. No. Hi everyone. It's Seal Allen taking the reins for today's show because Dakota couldn't make it. And right now we have 0 viewers. That's a great start. And for now, we don't have that many people here, but the people we have here are, of course, very special and unique in their own ways, like snowflakes.
Oh no.
Here's
Here she is.
And who
She said, "I
came
smell
to
shade."
claim that Burger King crown? Yep.
Speak of the devil.
Burger King crown, girl. I'm gonna start counting.
Kat, you
Your
are
hair is so
wanted.
long. Your hair is so long, Theo.
Thank you. If that was a compliment, I don't know.
It is. I'm just noticing it a lot right now today.
You're noticing it. Anyway, let's go on with introductions. Let's skip Cat Black because she showed up late. Chainsaw, how you doing?
Hello. Kat, I want to inform you that Kat Black is wanted for being a racist bitch.
Bitch.
You sound so glamorous saying that, though.
I mean, it is a well-known fact. It is a well-known fact that Cat Black is a racist bitch. It's a well-known fact.
She does support that Confederate flag, though, you know.
She does.
They can't catch her.
They can't. She's so subtle with her racism, her microaggression.
Alright, moving on from Chainsaw to Charlotte. How are you doing, girl?
I'm doing great, girl. Just stuffed my belly full of some spaghetti and meatballs, and I was just feeling fine, girl.
Well, that's good, girl.
This is going too far.
Oh boy.
Moving on from Charlotte to Victoria, how are you doing?
I am not cisgender, so I guess that's a start.
That sounds like something a cisgender person would say. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I agree. A cisgender person would say, I'm not cisgendered.
Yeah.
That's true. That is very true. So, I'm saying.
And they would say that their name is Olivia, and not. Oh God.
Oh my god, have you seen that?
Yes, I posted it.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, you guys are talking about that poem.
We're gonna read a dramatic reading of that later.
Oh,
I
God.
am Olivia.
I'll read it. Someone
I
find it.
am heterosexual, and my name is Olivia.
All right. Moving on from Victoria to Zane. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi everyone. I'm doing okay. I've been not doing anything this week, so this is the only sort of productive thing I am doing.
And how productive it will be.
Hopefully pretty
man.
productive. I'm a
So
mess.
far. Oh, and of course, we can't forget the cisgendered white woman of the hour, Miss Cat Black.
I just came to share with you homosexuals. I just, listen, I don't support what you're doing, but I do support the concept, and I believe in love the sinner, hate the sin.
I hate people like
I
you.
always thought it was love, nothing, hate everybody, but I could be wrong.
Well, I follow the one good, the one true God. So.
And that's what quirks just try to say when they try to cover up their bullshit. Like I don't hate one race. I hate everybody. Like no.
Right, it's that's cute. You're totally quirky. Well, you're so racist.
No, it's that's actually the whitest thing you can possibly say. I don't hate everyone.
Honestly.
I did say it though earlier this week.
Get out.
Of course you do.
Right now.
You're Swedish. It
kicked out.
doesn't get any more white than that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
pretty
you're right.
true. It's pretty true.
Like, not
Yeah.
only are you white, but you're also in, like, white land. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I could be whiter because I still have, the dirty blonde hair and kind of like greenish eyes. But
Mhm.
I do know some people who have literally like white hair, which is like long and straight, and
That's
and
creepy.
like super pale skin and piercing blue eyes.
Do
It's
So
the
they
Nordic
look?
gods. It's the
Do they
Nordic
look
gods.
like? Oh, sorry. Do they look like they make IKEA furniture?
I wouldn't know because I do not think that IKEA furniture parts are made in Sweden. I refuse to
I'm,
believe it.
But it's Swedish though, right? So like, it's like all made there, right? Like that's how that works, right?
Yeah, because
Probably
well,
third world country like everything else.
yeah, come on, it's capitalism.
No, I mean it's like Sweden though. Like it's like they're better
It's
than us.
Swedish capitalism, so
Aren't
Not
y'all
capitalism is like an
communists?
American thing.
yeah, all Swedes are communists.
mm,
Anyway,
communism.
I'm still not even a little bit tipsy, so let's go on with the topic. Anyone want to start?
I don't.
Well, Kat, you
You know
go
what?
ahead first.
I don't have a topic. I'm like.
Well,
I'm
you
tired.
shouldn't have said that you didn't want to go first. I'm doing the weird teacher thing when I'm like, oh, you did not reach your hand. I'm gonna pick you.
Oh, good. So that's not just an
That's been
American
called out.
thing.
No,
Yeah, I
teachers,
thought it was.
teachers are universal. They're like that all over the world.
As is.
If only Hot Mess Desu was here to confirm and verify.
Oh yeah, where is
I
he?
mean, but he might just defend himself.
Probably recovering from a hangover. I don't know. Who knows?
No, he's having sex with a Japanese man right now.
True.
Mm,
That as well.
Get it, Darian. Get it.
I mean, that is a great way to
Simple.
recover from a hangover. That's a look.
I mean, listen, I'm not judging him. I'm just saying that it's disgusting.
Ooh.
And I hope that he prays after he does what he does. That's all. That's all. That's all.
That is all.
Thank Christ
You know
for the
what?
dick.
Blessed be the Holy.
Don't
No,
talk
seriously
about
though.
my body parts like that, Izzy.
Anyway, so on. Come up with a topic where I'm gonna talk about Midsummer.
Talk about
Okay.
Midsummer because
Yeah,
I
that sounds like a
honestly
plan.
I've been talking about so many of the things that I'm sure people want to talk about this week that I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk with a topic that we can make me and Sweden the focus of. So,
Okay.
Midsummer. I don't really know if you have it anywhere else. Like, I heard it's an exclusively like Swedish thing. Like, have any of you guys heard of Midsummer's Night's Eve? Like, not
Midsummer
the
Night's
play.
Dream. Oh,
Is
it's
that a
like, I
douche?
think we've all heard of Midsummer's
Oh.
Night's Dream. No, that's Summer's Eve.
Ah,
Summer's Eve is the douche.
Oh my god.
What's actually the vaginal
Jesus.
freshening agent, actually, which I guess is the same thing. But
Mhm.
there's like a
Kat,
nicer way
we
to say
know
it.
you're the expert on Summer's
Why am I
Eve,
pussy
considering
pop
you use
severely?
it so much.
I actually have purchased Summer's Eve, so.
Gag.
But I won't tell you what I did with
Anyway.
it, because that's too much.
As I was saying, let's all focus on me again. Midsummer is like a Swedish tradition. I think it's like supposed to celebrate something like fertility or like the summer or like I think it's something like the longest day and night of the Swedish summer because here in Sweden during the summertime it's like not dark ever. So like even now it's like it's not sunny outside, but it's not dark because the sun basically doesn't go down. So I think it has something to do with that. Anyway, what we do during Midsummer is we eat a lot of food, mainly rotten fish and potatoes.
Why rotten
And-
fish? That's revolting. Why rotten fish?
Well,
Why gotta be rotten though?
it's more like fish that is like disgusting
Fermented?
and smells weird. Yeah, that's the word. I mean, it can be good sometimes, but like when it has certain flavors like lime, I like that one, but otherwise it's pretty disgusting. We eat salmon, and like we eat a lot and we drink a lot of alcohol. That's why I am currently drinking a drink, which is not awful. And we dance around a pole that resembles a penis.
Serving me very like
Yes.
vegan. Yeah.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Terrible food,
Yes?
shit ton of liquor,
Yes.
And
and
cold.
penis pole dancing.
Yes, absolutely. And we
So-
we dance like frogs around the penis. That's a really important part.
So to
Oh,
get hot
okay,
on
so-
the dicks, it's too much. That's too far.
So
Like,
basically, it's like another night out at a gay bar. Except for it's
Except-
not a night.
Homosexual bar.
And another tradition is like before we go to sleep and hopefully do not wake up with a huge hangover, we pick 7 different kinds of flowers and put it under our pillow and we dream of our true love.
Oh.
I don't know what the deal about that is, but that's the thing we do. And yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, like it's not really a big deal because like almost every single Swedish tradition is basically just an excuse for us to drink so much alcohol, and not even like good alcohol, just like the disgusting, like what's it called? I think it's called like schnapps in English or something. Like we sing a bunch of songs and then we drink it and then we get super drunk really fast and everyone gets angry and starts discussing politics. And then everyone goes home a little bit disappointed.
So it's like a gay Thanksgiving. Okay. I got
Yeah,
it now.
I can see the similarities, except we don't necessarily celebrate it like with family. It's more like my parents are out celebrating with their friends, and hopefully they are not getting too drunk. But you know, it's a Swedish tradition, so everyone's getting fucking wasted. But you know, it's a nice thing, and it's a great Swedish tradition. So here's to that.
What white traditions don't involve getting shit faced and drunk? Like I don't.
Right? Like Irish people. I can attest to the Irish people.
Irish.
I'm trying to
Well,
think
Muslim
of
people
one.
don't do that. Ramadan started yesterday. Muslim people don't get shit-faced drunk.
Yeah, but
That's
that's what
true.
white people.
Yeah.
Good word.
But it's a
Yeah,
holiday, and you said holiday, so I said a holiday.
You asked for a holiday. I gave you a holiday. What
exactly.
more do you want? What more do you want?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like, why are you invalidating me? I'm kidding.
Mhm. No, you're not. Don't kid yourself. You're not kidding. Anyway, does someone have a real topic?
I just like to address a topic at hand. I don't know if you guys have seen the very latest of the Steven Universe episodes, but I'd like to formally announce that they did a death drop in there, and I think that I lost it when they did a death drop. They like Rainbow rainbow quartz, which is basically like um, uh, pearl and
Rose quartz.
rose quartz, excuse me. Um, they fused and they started breaking it out, and then they did a death drop, and that's all there is to say about it. Really.
Well, that's lovely. So does anyone have a real topic?
Like I said, I'll be real and say that I talked about so many things this week. I'm tired of talking about them. So I have like really nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we could just take it easy for a while. Well, like, we don't really need to talk about, like, the really heavy stuff, because this week, some really, like,
Yeah.
bad things have happened. So I think, like,
So,
and it's not like none of us know that they like, all of us know that they have happened, and all of us know, like, what horrible things they are, and I don't really see, like, what kind of discussion can come out of it other than all of us being sad and angry. So,
I mean, because like it's important that like people talk about that kind of stuff, but we talk about that stuff all the time, and it's like it keeps happening. So and like we keep having the same conversation. Like, not to say that it's not important to talk about it, but it's like we talk about that all the time, every week.
yeah.
Same discussion, and like I don't know, like we could address the huge elephant, the huge murderous elephant in the room later on if y'all want. I was,
Yeah.
hopefully some more people of the melanated persuasion.
Yeah,
show
that
up.
was what I was thinking too, because, like, I'm not exactly an expert on American anti-blackness, and yeah, we should
And,
probably
like,
wait for.
I'm still waiting for my DNA test and my verification card because, like, I mean, like, I'm looking a little washed in my picture, so like, some people are having a hard time believing as a negress.
Well, first of all, is your hair a weave? Is your hair a weave?
No, my hair is not weave. My hair is
Well, I mean, and your hair's not that weird brownish color that a person that we will not name have put in her hair. So.
Are you talking about that, Hezzy?
Is that your new favorite word? Did you learn a new favorite word, Miss Victoria?
You know what? You know what I did? You know what I did? I'm not even gonna shade you on it.
We can tell.
We're all gonna be saying it within the hour.
I am channeling my inner Dionne Warwick, and I just feel like it's the right thing to do.
Thank you for your input, Miss Victoria. God, I had something on my mind, but I forgot about it. Is someone checking comments? Or is someone willing to check comments?
Let's see what's on here.
I can do it.
This is such a hot mess, and I love everything about it.
Well, you see, it's because I'm hosting the show, and everything I touch becomes a hot mess.
This is what when we let the non-binaries take over. This is what happens.
So I'm looking at comments right now. Nomura Mont says, so what are you telling us? Is that your country has a fertility festival, and are you talking about without Dakota? I'm not sure what that... I think that was addressed to you because you're talking about Sweden, but...
Yeah,
the Dakota portion, I don't know.
It's not a fertility festival. It is a Swedish, like, tradition where we just happen to dance around a big flowery thing shaped like a penis. Like, I'll show you guys a picture of it.
That's a fertility festival to me, to be honest.
Yeah, big flowery penises. I mean.
So another comment is, Lilia Hart says, Kat, do you have AT's and Kikis account on Tumblr? It has pictures of you almost naked and a close-up of your belly with the words stretch marks.
Ooh.
What on earth?
Wow.
Let's name that
They're
user.
really gonna try that. They're really gonna go
Let's
there.
name that user because
You like that?
I'm positive it's Alexis. Like, still, like, trying to be fucking... Because no one
Ugh.
cares about that fucking Tumblr, girl. No one cares.
Ugh.
No
Who
one
is
Poor
fucking
Hussy.
this person? Who is
cares.
she?
She's my stalker. Ignore it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shall we block?
Yes,
Do you want me
absolutely
to?
block her.
Okay.
Are you on, well, let me do it, actually. I don't know. Because, no, the thing is, like, what I've learned about these people is that they will bring it up, and no one's looked for it. No one cares about it, but they'll bring it up. You know,
I
they'll bring it
removed
up. Okay, thank you.
That's
Mhm.
kind of like the equivalent of like that one friend everyone has that like constantly like brings like it to your attention that like, oh, those people are talking about you and they said this, that, and the third, and you're like, I didn't hear it. I don't know why you had to bring it up. I
Well,
didn't
that's
want
the
to hear
thing,
it.
is like, I think this is actually something that's been kind of pissing me off. Not really related to this, but there's been a lot of people, because of the whole Rachel Dolezal thing, messaging me like, hey, look at this terrible thing that my friend said about you. And like, I know, like, maybe from their perspective, they're trying to be helpful, but I don't need to read all of these like shitty things people are saying about me. Like,
Yeah.
why would you, in your mind, why would that like ever be something that you think that I would want to see? Like, yes, Kat, like, let me show you this terrible shit that some complete stranger is saying about you. Makes no fucking sense.
It's like
Yeah,
you're not a
like
robot
that.
who
That
can
is
like
something
go in on
you.
every single human being that is against you, you know?
Yeah, like that is something you tell like one of your best friends. Like, holy shit, fucking this person said this about you and thought that they could get away. Like, it's something that you do if you think that the person like wants to hear it. Like, not
Hmm.
something a random person who follows you should tell you. Like, oh, you know, people are talking shit about you. Just thought you should know. Like, that's not anything that anyone needs to hear. Like,
Well, it's also like,
if
I'm
if
never
it's
gonna
if
meet
it's a
these
thing
people.
between close friends, sure, whatever. But again, like, if you do not ask for it, why bother sending something like that to you?
Yeah, and I know that, because the thing is that I've been dealing with a lot is a lot of people want me to like attack their friends or like to come in personally, break down these things for their friends, and I'm fucking done. Like, one of the things I've had to learn is like, you know what? I made my fucking video. Look, if you want to know what I feel about it, watch my fucking video. If you disagree with what's said in the video, then tough titty, tough motherfucking titty.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been dealing with
it's
similar shit too. Like, I wrote this post about how I think gender and race are different as social constructs and identities, and for a while I was getting a lot of just like messages about people that were trying to critique me, but it's about things that like either I addressed in my original post and they missed over, or just like stuff that stuff that they were like like claiming that I implied such and such when I really didn't. And yeah, after a while, I was like, I'm done. This is like the last thing I'll say about this. Um, and then I'm done because a lot of people are just giving me shit for like things that didn't make sense. It was just,
Well, a lot of
it
people
was
were coming
pathetic.
after me because, like, I said, like, the things that I said in my video were factually true, but they probably weren't explained the best way. And that's just
Hmm.
that's what happens when you, like, try to, like, summarize a point. And you're like, okay, biology, duh. And you don't, like, you don't really say more than what I said. And I could have, like, gone more into it. And I did have more, of an explanation in my first script, but I just, decided it was going to be a fucking 12-minute video, and I didn't feel like going into like the intricacies of, biology within that video.
Hmm.
But at a certain point, I think I've realized that there are some people who willfully don't want to know what you're saying, and so it's not even like the things you're saying are wrong. It's more like they just don't agree because they have already walked in with a bias. Like, I made a status about this today, and it's like, I don't understand. Some people really feel like I only want people around me who agree with me, And that's really not how I've ever felt. I actually really appreciate and enjoy when I have conversations with people who don't agree with me. I think that those are some of the most, like, the best conversations that I've had that have, like, led to a lot of growth. The problem is, most of the time, however, that a lot of people don't understand these really, really, really basic concepts. And so what I end up doing most of the time is breaking down shit and then explaining it to them over and over and over again. And that's really not a conversation. Like, I've had a lot of people send me messages about how gender is biological. And they're like, well, here's something about chromosomes. Here's something about, these sex characteristics, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with gender. Like, they don't understand the very basic reality that that's not what that means. Like, somebody being assigned male at birth does not mean that that's what their gender is. But I have to, and so, like, I end up getting into these, like, conversations with them about it. Like, let's fucking get into this debate about gender and sex. And it's like, look, if you don't walk in with a fundamental understanding that gender and sex are different, there's no need to have this conversation. It really isn't. There's no need to have this conversation. It's just a waste of everybody's time. I'm not going to learn. You're not going to learn. What's the point? But I've had conversations with people who, like, they get that, and then we go further from there. Like, we can talk about what gender stereotypes are. We can talk about what that means and how that may harm or hurt people, But let's not, like, go over, oh, my goodness, well, but chromosomes. Like, because you sound like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I think I know that, and I'm sure maybe you know that, too. That's another thing. Some people are just pretending they don't get it. Some people are just pretending that it's all the same. And that's, like, the thing I've just kind of had to, like, wake up to and realize and, like, walk away from, because it's too fucking much. It's too fucking much. So.
Yeah, I had a situation with my friend's boyfriend who, like, when I first came out and shit and was, like, making my, like, own little circle of friends and stuff, I wanted to tell, like, her boyfriend was like, oh, excuse me, misgendering my own friend. His boyfriend came and was, like, asking me about, like, stuff about gender and being trans and whatever, and he was just, like, really trying to, like, make it out to, like, make it seem that he really wanted to, like, understand. I'm somebody where it's like, if you really want to, like, understand, like, yeah, I'll sit down with you and, like, talk with you about shit that you don't get or whatever, and, like, try and get you your fucking education, like, whatever. But then I found out, like, later that he was just, like, fucking around and, like, understood everything that I was talking about. Like, his boyfriend came back and told me, he was like, oh, he was just kidding, blah, blah, blah. Like, he understood the entire time. And I was like, well, that's really fucking rude and shitty after, like, he just, like, because he sat there and, like, misgendered me the entire time. And I was like, okay, like, and was, like, trying to act like he was just trying to be a good cis person. And I'm like, okay, that's really shitty. Like, I don't have time for that. So.
Well, because I think the thing we have to realize is that to some people, we are, like, these, like, little experiments. We're like these little jokes to them. So, like, they get it, but they want us to sit through the uncomfortable position of explaining ourselves to them. That's what it is at the end of the fucking day. That's all it is. These cis people, they just want to sit there and have us explain ourselves. And that's something that I had to deal with a lot this week. I had several people contact me wanting me to personally sit down with them and dissect them what my gender was, and, like, get into that and, like, tell them why it's valid, and, oh my goodness, if you can do this, why can't she do that, and blah, 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 fucking blah. And it's just like, bitch, you're never gonna fucking get me to wake up one day and be like, oh my goodness, I'm not trans, oh my goodness, I'm not a woman. Never. But they really feel like that's what's gonna happen. They really feel like, oh my goodness, like, I'm just gonna have this conversation with you and da 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 da. It's antagonistic. It's never from the position of, well, I just want to help. Always from the position of, fuck you, I don't agree with who you are or what you do, and that's just fucking that. The end. Like, it's really fucking annoying, and I've dealt with it so much this week. I'm still kind of livid that somebody actually went to my fucking business email and tried to get me to have a conversation with them about how I'm a man. Like, shut up. Like, fuck off. Not interested.
Yeah.
I'll never understand cis people, but I understand it's all they're doing is being antagonistic 100%. That's it. That's it. That's all their desire is.
A bunch of
So.
trolls.
Yeah.
Down with the cisgenders. Down with the cisgenders.
Down with
Down
cis.
with cis.
Down with cis. Let's go out in the street and chant this. Down with cis.
I need y'all to chip in. I need
I'm
y'all to chip in
down.
for gas for the Down with Cis bus. Y'all need to chip
Ooh.
in.
I mean, the Beards and Braids tour needs to get underway, is the thing.
It really does.
I love
The Beards
it.
and Braids tour is not coming anywhere near Michigan, though. It's depressing. Yeah,
I don't know about that. Sounds like some tomfoolery, bullfuckery on a rise. But I'm here for it if it's here for me. So that's all I can say about it.
I mean, it'll probably be there for you. I don't know where you live, but
Phoenix,
West
Arizona.
Dakota. Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay,
that's
cool.
over
Then
there.
I'm here for it. Cool. Yes, slay.
Oh, okay. So does anyone have a proper topic, or
I have
should we
something I can talk about.
Hmm?
I have something I can talk about.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's anything like we can have a discussion on necessarily, but it's something that's been on my mind a lot. So as ever since I started YouTube and kind of have been gaining more of a following on my blog, how do I explain this? I've just been dealing with some shit from other cishet Muslim people, and also just white people using my religious background as an attack. Where should I start? So I'll start with I made this rant video about Bill Maher when he um did this episode on a show about Zayn Malik and kind of compared him to the Boston bomber person. And
What?
a lot of
What
people were like,
context did that even have? That's weird. Why did he
what?
compare him to the Boston bomber? That's a really weird stretch.
To him, it was oh, because they look alike, but
They don't even look anything alike.
exactly. They really don't, but he's just full of shit, and
They really
all
don't.
people it's a joke, but that's a different discussion. But yeah, I remember seeing this one comment, along the lines of a gay Muslim that's a paradox, and something about ISIS would behead me or throw me off a cliff or some shit. It's awful. Why would you say that to me? And then, just I've been trying to I've been seeing a lot of Muslims just give the whole just shit about how oh, it's a sin, blah blah blah. And as most recently yesterday, since Ramadan started last night, I saw this post about someone asking someone else what should we tag as this tag not safe for Ramadan, which I think is not a necessary tag, but that's a different discussion. But the person answered with tag LGBTQ posts, and I lost my shit. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And me and this other user, Tony Aspara, I believe, they're really dope. We had to just say why, and their argument was oh, we don't want to see sex or people kissing, etc. I'm if you think the if you think the extent of queerness is sex, then you are truly ignorant. Yeah, I've just been dealing with one just homophobic, transphobic Muslim people, and then two people just white people saying that just sensationalizing me being queer and coming from a Muslim background. Um, and it's just so frustrating. I don't know. I just try to drag people, but it gets so frustrating and it makes me really sad at times. And And also, people trying to say like, oh, the Middle East is this and that and that,
Mm.
and it's like the Middle East is literally like 22 countries, so you cannot group them together as like one thing because they're not, and some of them are more progressive than we are here in America. So literally shut your face because you don't know shit.
Well,
Oh,
honestly, it gives me a very oh, Africa is a country.
yeah, like
Yes.
like when I
And I
wrote,
just look at them. I just
yeah,
look at them and I just like, oh, you know what? God bless you. God bless you.
when
God
I
God bless your
bless your
children.
heart,
when I
because I sure as hell will not.
Nope.
yeah, when I wrote the post about like the difference between gender and race, someone sent me a message saying like like women in the Middle East, like they're not even allowed to leave their homes and they live with abusive, like something along the lines of that. Those weren't the exact words, but basically saying like, oh, like Middle Eastern like men are like these awful like sexist, violent savages, basically, and the Muslim women in the Middle East are like so like poor and like defenseless, and like you do not know shit, and it's just frustrating. I I just try to like avoid it, but it gets frustrating.
I mean, I think in any country, most guys are fucking assholes, but you know.
Right? It's like why don't we talk about what's our problems here? Like, like I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
like the Middle East, like as a group, is not like any worse or better than we are. So,
yeah. So, I think
God,
it's always a cis, white, straight man who always want to point the finger at another country when I'm like, look at you, huzzy.
They
Look at
just
you,
want to point
hoe.
the finger at brown people, at any type of brown people,
yeah,
and
exactly.
because because our men are brown and whatever, and whether they be from the air quotes Middle East or America or wherever else, obviously brown men are violent, and they all harm women, and they're terrible and abusers, and that's okay. I mean, it's not like the United States has the highest number of serial killers and abusive people ever, and other countries like air quotes the Middle East and air quotes Africa don't have like ridiculous amounts of abusers and serial killers and rapists, and but okay, like okay.
It's like, yeah, there are definitely problems in our communities, but for one, it's not your place to try to discuss those things because you probably don't know shit. And then two, like, we're actually not worse off, or like, our problems aren't like worse than white liberal Western people's problems. Like, they're actually not. I know that's probably like mind blowing to some people, but actually not
I mean, I'm
so
sure
much
it's really.
worse.
I'm sure someone out there is watching right now, like just with the power of just the devil or something, like in them, like oh my god, like you've just exorcised them from their demons, like
Right.
they're just so shocked that that's
Saving lives here.
for real.
I do.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to resist
That's
the
big.
urge to do the Exorcist voice. That
That's
did
something you
not
Oh,
come
should
through on my
resist.
mic very well.
Why
oh
would you
dear.
resist that? Like,
Yeah, that was basically my thoughts throughout the past 2 weeks.
fuck them. Fuck them Nazis. Fuck them.
Fuck all of y'all.
They,
Bye.
they,
them
Rude.
hussies.
Rude. Rude. Um,
I'll be so rude right now.
rude.
Um,
That is
I,
the
I
key
just wanted
word
to
for
address the
today's.
rudity.
oh my god.
The
The
rudity.
rudity? The rudity.
The root of the rudity problem we're experiencing.
Wait. What did you say?
The root
Rudity?
of the rudity.
You mean rudeness? Well, no,
The
you
root
see,
of the rudeness.
I made my own words, so I just can't be wrong because every time I be saying something, y'all be saying that I be saying it wrong. So, I mean, I just thought it's very creationary, you know.
You need to calm down, Miss Victoria. Miss Hussey.
I keep using the word creationary, like in everyday speech. People just look at me and be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You don't understand. You don't understand."
Okay. I'm
Cat
getting.
laugh.
Yeah, Cat left because she's a racist a bitch, and
And
we
she
simply
just
have to
hates
deal
the
with it.
homosexuals, right?
Well, this is not about hating gay men, but it is
It
about
is
I,
about
hating
hating.
Cat Black.
I kind
Right.
of hate gay men, honestly.
Yeah, but this is not about hating gay men. Like, we all hate, like, cis gay men. Like, let's be real, we hate them. But this is not about hating gay men.
We can talk about hating at some point in the show. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just an
we should
idea.
wait. We should wait until we are joined by two gay men, aka Julio and Darian, who are the resident cis gay men on the show.
You know, I am very up to see good-looking men on the show, even though they're like 50 times older than me. I am.
Stop being so disgusting.
You know.
You are too young to be thinking about older men.
uh, yeah, I am. Anyway, um, so, ooh,
Did you have something to say?
I was gonna say it until the wind in someone's microphone blew it away.
I think
I have my fan
it's
on, so it
Zane.
might be
I
that.
think it's Zane. Yeah.
I'm
That
sorry.
feedback, muffled, rumbling combo is just doing
I
stuff to
turned it
me.
off. I think I can handle. I opened my window, so I think I'm good for now. I might turn it on later.
You think you're good. You think you're good. You're comfortable.
I like the combo.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I guess so.
But shit, girl, it's gonna be poison.
Victoria, what are you saying?
Um, well, I kind of wanted to address. Uh, yeah, okay. So basically, my topic is about kind of falling for like chasers and chasery guys. And, like, because here's the thing. Like, there's this one guy from my school who's like really into me. Ugh, and he basically, um, he's a chaser. Like he messaged me on Facebook like out of the blue for the first time ever, and he's like, "Hey," and he's like, "Yeah, well, I have a really big crush on you, and do, and found out you're trans, and that's really cool and hot and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Throw him
Red
in the trash.
flag.
No matter how much you like him, throw him in the trash.
It's just 'cause like he's really good looking and like
Yeah, but like, looks aren't everything, girl. Like, if it's
yeah,
a
well,
shade.
that is true. That
You
is
could
true.
just use him as like a fuck buddy or something if you're down for that.
Well, I mean, if he can buy, you can. If he, it like, does he have money?
Well, I mean, he's kind of broke as a joke, but I'm not looking for no.
So you
Well,
can't
I
use
am
him for
looking
his
for.
money.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
this sounds like something you need to just ignore. No money,
Yeah.
no hope.
Also, y'all, even though I am not of legal age yet, I'm thinking about, and you know, stop me if like y'all are really catching really really bad vibes from this idea, but seeking arrangement. If you guys know what that is.
Seeking arrangement.
Girl, why are we talking about this on air? Why is this the thing we're talking about on air?
Well,
Yeah,
because
like
Talked about this before.
we needed a topic, not talking about your issues, Tori.
well that's true. That's true.
I mean, we could definitely.
No shade to sex work, girl, because like all of us here support that, but like, why is the topic?
Well,
Yeah,
it's not
especially
necessarily
since
sex
you're
work, though.
underage, we do not want that shit on us. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it off air, not on air.
No, thank
Okay.
you.
We do not want to get in trouble.
I'm trying to not like talk about the one specific topic that we are supposed to wait for like more, you know.
I know, like, what? There's nothing else to talk about. This is such a mess.
Well, I mean, we could rip on Miss Transracial.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, that's so
I'm
overdone.
tired of talking about her. I'm just tired of talking about her.
I'm tired of talking about her. Oh, you were great
True.
on HuffPost Live, though.
Thank you. That was definitely the culmination of me being like, I think this is the last time I'm going to officially discuss this.
That's so cool. Like, my dream is to be on that show.
I wish my
And, like,
camera
rank for
fucking
that.
worked and like my computer
Yeah.
wasn't dying.
That's tough. You still were on point.
I
mean,
was
she
only
did
on for
turn
like
a
2
lot.
seconds. So.
Like there's like that big elephant in the room, but I know nobody wants to freaking talk about it, and just like.
Yeah, like I'm just staying away because there's nothing I can say about it that will, you know, be worthwhile.
Right. So, hey, have we ever talked about favorite books?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember if I said it on the show. Like.
Okay. How about shipping?
Girl. Oh my god.
Lord.
I mean, I'm pulling out the subjects. I'm looking at basically my Facebook page, and I'm just like, okay, what else can we talk about?
Well,
Oh,
I mean.
I finished Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen
Yes.
that yet. So.
God
Go
damn
ahead.
it!
That's right.
God damn it! I was
Come
like,
on, Kathy.
like,
Come on,
we
Kathy.
talked about it last week, but I'm so ready to talk about it this week. And then you
know you
Wait. How about this? I'll drop out and come back. Y'all can talk about it. Because I know I'm not going to watch the show back. And I know that I'm probably not going to watch Orange is the New Black until people don't. I mean, I'm just now thinking I should watch American Horror Story, whatever the last season was.
Oh, I need to finish that. I never did.
I don't.
But that's how I
watch
work.
it.
That's how I work with TV shows. I don't watch it when like people are watching it. I watch it.
Yeah. Well, I need to talk about Orange is the New Black, so.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'll drop out and I'll come back in like 10 minutes. Okay.
Sure.
All right, y'all do what you gotta do.
This is so mean.
Get your laugh.
This is so mean. Okay. So has everyone here watched Orange is the New Black?
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely from beginning to end, yes. Yes, I have.
I heard someone say no.
I said yes.
Yes.
Yes, I saw it.
Okay. Probably, hopefully, we'll just my imagination. So, okay. So first of all, like overall impressions of the last season. Like, what are our like general thoughts about it?
Okay. Well, I think that like I liked that it wasn't like, which is something that Dakota said when we were talking about it. Like I liked that it didn't have the very like us versus them like plot thing going on and stuff. It was more about like getting the background not only on characters that we've already gotten a little bit of background on, but also on characters we hadn't gotten any background on. It was more about building up, you know, some more stories and junk, and so I really appreciated that about it. I really liked seeing. I actually really lived for the episode about Chang.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was my favorite.
I love her. Thank you, lesbian. Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh God. Well, I mean, I think it's like it's definitely a filler season. Like, I definitely think that a lot of like things that happened this season were basically setting up for something happening next season.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like last season, we got the whole like V story arc, and that got finished, and like it had a like good ending, but we didn't really get that this season. I mean, who cares about Piper's panty affair thing?
Piper is
Like,
hilarious.
I find it
Piper is
funny, but
hilarious.
whatever.
Like, ugh.
That was just
Well,
annoying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what I liked about that is that like everyone was like done with Piper's shit. Like,
Yes.
and I love that she was being dragged by a lot of the characters. I was like, I live for this, but I didn't care for her like at all. Even she was just annoying.
Like
Yeah.
to me, like somebody like worded how I feel about Piper and Alex perfectly. It was like some text posts where it's like, Orange is the New Black doesn't have commercials because it's on Netflix, but there are Alex and Piper scenes, and those are basically the same thing. And I was like, yeah, basically, like
You
Orange.
know,
Like, I mean, would I want them to like not be on the show? Like, not necessarily, but it's like Orange is the New Black would be nothing without the black girls and the Latinas, and
yeah.
it would be nothing without the women of color. It would just be nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
And
yeah.
like,
Well, more specifically, it would be nothing without Laverne Cox.
yes.
Yeah.
Laverne,
I mean,
Laverne had
have
more
you seen?
scenes on this
Have
show.
you seen? Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Laverne had more like her character was like shown more in this season, so I was really happy. Sophie had
Yeah.
like more like what's the word? Like she was shut up more. Cause like second
Yeah.
season she was barely around.
Yeah.
Like she's the only reason I started watching this show.
Right?
Yeah, like she's the only reason everyone started watching the show, basically. Like,
Mhm.
no, but like, can we talk about fucking Ruby Rose and how everyone are losing their shit over her and not at all caring about the more like. I've seen so many people talk about, oh, was it fair of Piper to do the shit she did? And I'm like, I don't care. I want to know what the fuck is going to happen to Sophia, who got,
oh my god! Like I'm not.
she experienced a hate crime and was sent to the
Poor
shoe.
girl.
Like,
I was
I
screaming
need
at
to know
midnight.
if she's going to be okay. I need to know if she's going to be okay. I need to know, like, I was so happy that So got, like, a happy ending, because when she was lying on the floor, oof. And Pensatucky and Big Boo, like, their friendship this season was everything.
So much.
I never wanted it to happen, but it did, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, like the text post on Tumblr, like, I never thought that I would like Pensatucky more than I like Piper, but here we are.
For real.
Like, of course she's still like a fucking weird, problematic little shithead, but like the fact that we got to see more of her backstory was like, you could now I at least like understand a little bit of like why she acts like she acts, and I got more sympathy for her.
The scene where like she's like walking new inmates in or whatever, and it's talking about how like all of the like liberal whatever blah blah Democrat bullshit is to give like brown people stuff for free, and then she's like, you should just be Christian because then you could tell everybody what to do, and nobody would be able to say anything because it would hurt your feelings, and that's against the law. I was like,
Right? She's got her shit figured out.
It was interesting to see a lot of like the white characters be like, oh, black people get everything, black people are like treated as special. Yet like
That was such a thing in this season. Like,
I know.
They
who are
basically
the...
wanted like the audience to think like, oh well, the black girls are
I really
using
hope
like
no one
that
took
whole
that
scene when
seriously.
Casey was like yelling at Cindy for using the like slavery card. I was getting real uncomfortable by that. Like it was so
okay.
obviously it was so obviously like written
I
for
mean,
her.
I kind of like I caught feelings at first, but like I've legitimately had friends that like just say slavery for like anything, and like so it's like yeah, like yes, like there's some I'll be like what bitch slavery, what bitch slave like this that slavery this whatever. Like, but sometimes it's just like, you can stop now. Like, some things like really don't have anything to do with the fact that black people were slaves. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's some really minor, tiny things like the fucking shit with the scene with the goddamn corn. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
like I could see why like I don't know somebody watching it would like catch feelings, be like, well, this is obviously written by like white people and shit and whatever and
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
like they don't have a single person of color on the writing staff. Like that's why it made me so uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
that's why I feel like most scenes that focus like on race issues are kind of like, of course I don't have any say in it, but like a lot of the times it was like do we really need them to say this? But
Yeah,
then
I
again,
get that a lot too, and like I mean for a writing team that probably doesn't have any people of color on it, I'm just assuming they don't know anything about it, but they do a good job at like humanizing the
yeah.
character and stuff. So like I'm grateful for that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
like I
I'm pretty sure that the actors probably would not accept becoming walking talking stereotypes.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that if the actors would say no to something, the writers would have to change it because the show is nothing without some of the characters we
Yeah.
see. Like
Yeah.
Right.
how would the show be if Laverne refused to do a scene? Like, oh, the trans
Right,
girl
and
is just missing now. Ha ha ha! Like that would just be weird and
They would
stupid.
lose half of their fan base. Like they would just
Yeah.
yeah,
like
honestly, like
Honestly,
the only
yeah.
reason I
100%.
watch Orange is the New Black is because of Our Lady Laverne. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly, like I was so fucking pressed at that end where everyone else got to go out and,
no,
little
I'm gonna
Miss Moody
cry.
May, you
The end
know,
was had me tearing up. It was
Yeah.
so
Like
beautiful.
this like this thing that fucked me up because like obviously like her getting the shit beat out of her like fucked me up, but like the thing that fucked me up like the most was like after when she goes to the nun or whatever, and it's like she's talking with her. And she's like, like everybody's like so cool most of the time, but then, and like, oh, Sophia hit me with the gossip. Oh, Sophia, what do you think about bangs? And like, then something turns, and and like you feel like one of the girls, but then something turns, and you realize that you'll never be one of them, and you're still just a freak. And I like had to pause. I just had to like pause it and like have a good cry for like a second, and I was like,
Mm.
okay, like
yep.
read me my life, bitch, read me my life.
Like that was just a contrast towards Ruby Rose's freaking whole thing of being like, ugh, don't be such a girl. Like all of her dialogue was forced stupid and her character was worthless
I
and
just don't want her to
only
be
there for
Mhm.
Piper to have like a big, ooh, now I'm going to be a bad person thing. Like she was only there to create more Piper and Alex drama, and I did not like. Sure, she's kind of hot, but like seeing all of
Is she
the
really?
people. I
No.
mean, she's conventionally attractive to European standards. Like that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like and she has that whole androgynous thing that makes
Yeah, I was
straight
confused by
girls
that.
so confusing. Ooh, I mean, I
No,
would
Honestly, I
totally
don't get
date
that because she
Ruby
looks like pretty much
Rose.
every other single fucking lesbian I've ever seen in my damn life. I'm
right.
sorry.
Right?
Right? There is nothing
Hold on,
androgynous about her.
this is exactly what Ruby Rose looks like. She looks like every single like alternative white 18-year-old on Tumblr who takes pictures with a Nikon camera that their mother bought them. Okay, that's what she looks like. I really don't find her attractive at all. Like, just acting was just like, nah, and like, no, I don't want her to come back. I live for like, Piper betraying her and shit. Although one thing that I was like, I was like, bitch, Piper wasted all of the goddamn shit she found hunting for that cell phone on getting her sent to Max. I was like, you could have saved some of that if you had to blackmail some other people or some shit.
Yeah, like that was
Right.
what I was thinking too. I'm
I was
like,
like,
I mean, girl, that's a bit overzealous. I mean, like that candy cane shank alone would have gotten her at least 8 more years.
mm.
You
Piper
know?
to me just
She
seems
just like used all her goodies. Like, really?
I
Piper
just
to
find
me
it hilarious
seems
whenever
like
someone
including
brings
like
up marijuana
the little
cigarettes.
throwback to the first season with the screwdriver.
Right.
That was like,
Yeah.
and that was a little nice thing, like, and actually like being to Big Boo, like, sorry about your dildo. I'm like, oh yes.
Mm,
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
Piper to me just seems like a little like scared like schoolgirl just trying to do like what seems like cool and like trying to just get attention, but she like gets too lost in that sort of
Well,
Mm.
I mean, like Piper
mentality.
is basically like
She's as basic as fuck.
90% of all the girls I went to school with. Like the scene when they were like predicting each other's futures, and she was like, I didn't live in a mansion. It was a nice house.
I
I'm like,
know, like,
oh, I
I
know.
like how they kind of display like white girl, rich, like privilege.
yeah, like
And like,
how she got dragged by a lot of people, like
including fucking Morello, who's not exactly like one of the cleanest people ever.
like
Like,
you ever
like hear yourself
like
sometimes when you
yourself
speak.
sometimes when you speak, yeah.
Oh, I live.
Like,
I live.
yeah, please, like, oh god. And the only thing I liked about Ruby Rose's character was when, like, the first thing where she has dialogue, she kind of drags Piper too. Like, of course, like, there's like some kind of like that internal like misogyny about like stop being such a girl, but then parts of it were like grow the fuck up, like.
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah,
parts of
I
it I
think
like enjoyed. I'm like, yes, drag her because she
I think
needs to
they should
like.
have said. Oh, sorry. I think they should have said
Okay.
like stopping a child. Like that's
Yeah.
also kind of like
Yeah,
ageist and
And then she's just like women, and she's like, you don't consider yourself a part of that category, like. But
And she
yeah,
gives a kind of like ha ha nudge nudge answer. Like it's such a it's so like that just proved to me that she was only on the show because she got some attention for being androgynous. Like that is only why
Yeah.
she was on the show, because they needed some weird androgynous person on the show, a real queer person playing a queer person, because that's never ever happens, especially not on this show.
not at all.
well, I mean,
like half the fucking
Lolly.
cast of the show
Lolly's
is
more
queer as
androgynous.
hell. Yeah, like there's so many like groundbreaking people on the show. Like this is Ruby's just sort of like to get like the white people like to pay attention basically.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
she's not anything like different or revolutionary at all.
yeah, like even though she is non-binary, although I'm getting more and more like loose quotes on that. But anyway, I identify so much more with Big Boo, because when they,
Mhm.
especially when they showed her backstory, like I was so like
Mm,
I need, like, how many people see a butch lesbian on TV, like a real butch lesbian who is
right.
not skinny and is like, and her whole. I actually really like Big Boo this season. I
In
really
a
liked her.
humane way. Yeah, me too. And like how I'm just like, cause I read this article about like how, oh, she's gender fluid, and like we don't have a gender fluid character on the show yet, but to me, it's like just because other actors aren't necessarily using that label doesn't mean that like they're not sort of breaking gender binaries and
Yeah.
queer binaries at all. Because
Right.
yeah, Big Boo's like you said, someone who's like unapologetically like this big dyke, and like it's like yeah, I am. So the fuck what? Like
And she
I'm gonna
also like had to
people.
fight to be a big fat dyke. Like that was
Yeah.
that was her whole like background story, that like she fought to be who she was, and she was not ever going to apologize for that. And I just really thought that is so refreshing to see, like a such
Mhm.
blatantly queer person being so like, I am not gonna take your shit. But again,
Right.
like
Mhm.
we've already had that kind of with Sophia, but you know, she doesn't get
It's
as
like
much screen
another
time.
example of something that's like yeah. It's just like another example of something that's like a different sort of specifics on like how the experience like it how the story evolves, but it's still like just like adds to the dimension of like the entire show.
Mm.
Basically, for me, for that show, if they don't rectify the situation with Sophia, I'm not gonna finish a fifth episode. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
Nikki to come back. Honestly, I'm
And
just like I
Yeah.
identify too much with that character.
Yeah,
and
like,
also,
and like, where the fuck is Bennett? Like, I don't really care about
Right?
that whole
yeah,
baby
like what
storyline.
happened
But
to
now
him?
when the baby is taken away, I'm like, where the fuck is Bennett?
Like the
Like, I
last
need
episode
him.
was when he like visited her like was that her like dad? I wasn't sure like of like
No,
No, it
it's
was
her,
her
like, isn't it like
brother.
her uncle or something? I don't know.
No, it was
Okay.
her brother, wasn't it?
I
No,
don't
oh
know.
really?
no, that guy that he
It's
visited.
somebody.
The guy
Some
that he
family
visited,
member.
but
Oh,
yeah.
isn't that like her mother's boyfriend or
I don't know.
something?
It's so
No, it was
unclear. It's so unclear.
Cesar was her cousin, wasn't?
Hold on, I'm googling it.
Yeah.
Please,
But
please.
yeah,
Um,
like that was the last episode he like was like appeared in, and it seemed like he was having second thoughts based on like the
Yeah, like
family.
it
And
was.
then
He was. Hold on. He was Daya's mother's boyfriend.
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Mm.
And then like I was confused about like why he got arrested later on. Like how did that happen? What was he
Well, I mean,
doing?
there
Because
was
of
a
Was
the
there?
bunch of
heroin.
heroin everywhere.
Okay, so he just got caught for that.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, but
it was
it
a
was
heroin
obvious
bust,
that
but
someone had ratted him out, and a lot of people are
Yeah,
speculating that it was probably Bennett.
probably.
Oh, I didn't
that
think of
Hosey.
that.
Yeah, because
Got
like
it.
it was really convenient for them to like come in and take all the kids away, and you know,
Yeah.
you suddenly discover, because he didn't seem like he had like a lot of enemies. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know, but
Right.
they
And
they need to rectify Nikki's situation. Sophia,
Yes.
Bennett, like
Sophia,
I need to know. I need to
like
know.
where
We
the
at
fuck
least
okay,
need to know
well,
where he
he went
is.
to?
well, you guys, one thing that I do think that they could do essentially, even though I'm kind of wary on this, just kind of by its principle, is add another trans woman into the prison, like after Sophia comes back from the shoe, and
Mm.
basically like
Yeah.
and then they like form like a trans coalition or something like that, and it's really cunty or something.
Oh, did you do casting, girl? They doing some casting? Like, hey, get
Yeah, I
your
mean, we saw all
You
those
know what?
actors.
I actually really want them to have like a trans man on the show, like, because that would be interesting. I think, to see
Well,
like
yeah, we would, but we wouldn't get to see much of him because he wouldn't be in prison. So, like, I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, he could be. He could
Yeah,
be.
like if somebody's gender marker isn't changed, they'll be put in women's prison.
yeah, like
Honestly, for trans
that's
men,
what I'm
that's honestly
saying,
usually
because
safe.
you know
Oh,
that's
okay.
a reality of a lot of trans people who go to prison, mainly trans women, because you know.
Although
But
there is that that kind of weird um questiony kind of thing where like it makes sense in the minds of cis people that trans women go into a men's prison, But when like a guy who's trans like looks like he's a dude, is built and buff and bulky and has a full beard and everything,
That's
right?
Don't bring up Aiden. Don't bring him up.
No, I'm just describing any old trans man,
I
you
know,
know.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
But I don't think that they would put him in like a woman's prison. I
Well,
don't. I
that
think
just depends on like what kind of trans man they want to use. If it's someone who hasn't had their gender marker changed, they could look like someone who like just like, or what if one of the inmates was like, oh, I'm a man, like. It could be anyone. Like I just really think it would be interesting, but you know, it's probably never gonna happen. Also, one of my favorite things about this entire season was Norma, because the actress who plays Norma also played a character in Hair, and I was getting all of the like hippie tease with her backstory. I was like, yes.
I thought
like,
in real life.
Thing. You saw who in real life?
What you say?
I thought in real life, Norma was in a rock band, like the woman who played Norma.
She was.
Yeah.
She was also in like the movie based on the Hair musical.
Yes.
And plays like the pregnant girl. I don't remember her name right now, but like that's where I first I realized that when she started singing in the Christmas episode. I was like, oh, now I get it.
Her voice is so pretty. Also, like, Norma oh my god, which I know Dakota lived for this scene, but the scene where Gloria goes in and like takes back all like her candle and her eggs. It's like, this is not your culture.
This is not your culture.
Like, this is not for you. It's like, you can keep the honey, but if I catch you anointing anything with it,
yeah.
Yeah,
like white hippiness can like borderline like cultural appropriation. So it was cool that they added that.
Yeah.
And I really was satisfied when she pushed that guy off the cliff, and I was like, oh, finally.
Yeah, he was a dick. I was like, yes, kill that bitch.
Yeah, like that's definitely worth going to prison for.
Oh yeah.
Oh, funny. I think.
Well, like one of the most unexpected things. What's her name? The girl who was what's it called? Oh god, I totally lost the word. But one of the fucking heroin addicts. What's her name? The one that was going like really defensive of Norma.
Yeah. The blonde girl who is Amish.
Yes, Amish. Thank you. Like, that was such a weird story. Like, what?
It was really strange. Yeah.
I found it like an interesting like analysis of like different cults this season, because you had like the Amish mix, and then you had old Norma, and then you had new Norma's cult, which was like just weird.
And, like,
I don't know.
It was cool because it went into like how like the politics of religion, how like it starts as like this sort of like communal like idea of faith and like spirituality, and then there's like these power dynamics that come in and like people take or like overpower like a lot of religious spaces and shut people out and exclude them. I was like, yes, this is so like this is something that actually happens, and I think they did a good job of like putting like explaining that and like showcasing that.
Yeah. I found it really interesting because like I grew up in a pretty broke ass trailer park, so there were a lot of cults in the area that would recruit from our trailer park. And I had a neighbor that like it was really bad for years, and it was not good. And then I had a friend when I came out burn me on a gas oven in front of his grandmother so that I knew what hell would feel like. And I was in the cult that he was in when I was little, and I got the fuck out. And
I'm so sorry.
So, but I was like, nowadays I'm just kind of like, okay, that's an interesting part of my life that I know about. But like, because like cults can come in so many different forms, I was just like, it's really good to like get people thinking like, oh, I need to be, careful when I'm doing shit because you never fucking know what it could turn into.
Yeah.
Toast Norma. Toast
Praise
Norma, though.
Norma.
Oh God, fucking toast Norma.
Oh God.
But
I
I
was a
saw it,
bit-
though. But you saw it, though.
I saw it.
Yeah, that was
God.
real. That was a miracle from Baby Jesus. They just had it happen on set, and then they wrote the entire story around it.
They were like, well, this is perfect. Like, let's work for the prop department.
Yeah.
I
Okay, so I was thinking, like, is there any character like we want to see more of next season? Like, except for the obvious ones, like, who do we want to see more of backstory on next season? Like, I really want to know what
besides
made
Sophia.
so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. And the thing is, to me, like, I don't find her annoying. I guess everyone else does, but I really don't. I understand, like, how other people find her annoying, but I don't find her annoying.
I don't find So like super annoying because like I know what it's like to be in her position as far as like trying to make friends and shit.
Yeah,
And so
like,
I know what that feels like. Like initially, I was just like, "Who is this bitch? Why is she here? Like she doesn't shut up." And then like like this season was very different. But I do like, so I don't really find her very annoying. But I would love to see backstory about So and her hippie freedom fighter days, bullshit, whatever, and that would be cool.
we did get to see a glimpse of her mother, like, being really, really strict with her when playing the piano.
Yeah, that's not.
Like, that really made me, like, want to see more. And, like, annoying, she was really annoying in the second season, but, like, this season she's more like you understand why she's annoying because she's getting desperate for, friends. And I mean, as someone who like really, I mean, I really identify with her, but like she's still annoying in some degree. But like, as soon as she was getting like very actively bullied, it stopped being like, oh, she's so annoying, and more like she needs help.
Yeah.
Right.
So besides her, I want to see the black counselor come back. I don't remember her.
I think they're gonna bring her
I hope
back.
she comes back. Oh my god, the acting thingy was like so good for them, and like she was so like, yes, I need her to come back.
I need Healy to be fucking fired. Oh my god.
I'm just like,
So
why are you such an
I hate
asshole?
him. I hate
love
him
when
so much. I hate how like the show tries to humanize him, but it's like no, like every word that comes out of his mouth makes me like sick.
Yeah.
Like
And the whole thing with him and Red.
Oh, that was so. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, Red, don't make me hate you. Don't make me hate you, Red. Please.
Okay, but Lorna and whatchamacallit and her new husband.
Lorna. Who's Lorna? Lorna, yeah.
Lorna Muccio.
Go.
It's no longer Morello.
Oh yeah, Muccio.
Yeah, it's like fuck up against a vending machine. Yeah.
Oh my god. Just like consummate this marriage, husband. Like yes. I'm like, oh god. Oh
I'm happy for her. I hope that works out.
Me too.
That's gonna be a weird scene to watch with my grandma later.
Although like her sending them to like go beat up Christopher, I was like, girl, let
that was a bit much. Like you like.
I was actually living for that. Because I'm like. Even though I know it's like it's really fucking horrible, I just love the sight of him being so fucking in love with her that he's like, oh, I'm gonna beat up this dude who is disrespecting my girl. Like it was kind of cute in a really morbid way.
Yeah,
it's like but like I felt so bad. Like Christopher didn't do anything. Like leave him alone.
The thing is, I just hate cis white men. It's just that.
I mean, this is exactly
It's
what
good
that's
enough.
about. That is what this show is built upon. But like, you know, that's what everything we stand for. But it's like Christopher did nothing wrong.
He
Like,
really didn't.
leave that man alone. But I mean, at least they didn't kill him. Like, cause like she was like, cause he said he was gonna kill the person, and I was like, oh my god, no, like don't kill him, please.
Yeah.
Please no. That will be a bit too much.
But yeah, like her, it's just like I don't know. There's just something about a man with a gold chain around his neck that makes me feel so protected. Are you for real right now? Like, oh god. Yeah.
I think another thing that was just interesting overall was like the privatization of the prison and how that really affected like the whole dynamic of like leadership and roles and how like the prison went about like it became a business and how like whatever his name is, like the guy with the weird mustache, like how like he was struggling to like Caputo, like how he's struggling like keep it like the original like workers happy and then like dealing with this new leadership that like was so above his head that like he was not a part of and how like just the just like the world of like business versus the world of like the prison like sort of like livelihood. I thought that was so like interesting and real like
Yeah. It really made
And
me
then-
like want to know more about the guards. Like, I really like the couple. Like,
they're cute. Yeah, they're cute.
like I'll always talk like, oh, we want slimmies together, blah blah blah. I'm always like, yes, tell me more about this domestic thing. Yes.
Also, and then how like like the panty business or whatever, like how they're discussing like that's basically like a form of slave labor
And
because
then,
like you're
then fucking you don't get to decide what is a slave. Like,
oh yeah, like
Mhm.
yeah,
I died at
like,
that.
that was like I love how they were real on those aspects.
Mm.
It's like this is real life, like look
Well, I
at
did
it,
read
you know?
something that was like I read a good article about how Orange is the New Black is like misrepresenting like federal prison and stuff like that, which I mean like is to be expected because it's television, but
I'm sure it's like not as sort of I don't know, like I'm sure it's not like there's like as much of like a heartfelt community as like this show like sort of represents.
Well, they were like it was mostly talking about like the offenses and stuff of the people like on the show and like how some of them are just like really inaccurate and they wouldn't be in that type of prison for them and like how you know most women in federal prison are apparently there for like minor drug charges and not stuff like you know pushing people off cliffs and you know stabbing them to death.
Well, I
Junk
mean,
like
they need stories that are like
Compelling.
sensational, right?
yeah.
But
No,
who's
to
the
an
girl with the like teardrop tattoo that was selling like literally just like
Oh,
flyers, but they were just
Can
like it was just paper.
That wasn't even a tattoo. She drew that shit on with eyeliner. That's not real.
Well, yeah, but like the thing is, like it's there all the time.
I thought in her backstory, like her style was so like fucking on point. I was like,
I mean, I think so many people
I
do
love
that.
your looks that you're serving right now.
I remember when I
Yeah.
wanted to dress like that in like middle school, and like my mother was not letting that happen. Like I was
Same.
so quick trying to go through my like emo goth whatever special child phase.
Girl, I have that too.
2009, 2009 emo.
I'm still in mine. No,
the thing
in the Mother's Day thing, when she's painting a kid's face and the kid is like really sad, she's like, no, you look real cool. You could walk to a My Chemical Romance concert any moment and be like, I was like, no.
No.
You've been there so long, she don't even know that they broke up. Poor Flocka. For
like
Like,
she's
that's gonna be traumatic
heartbroken
when she gets
comes
out.
Oh, and that other girl who took the place of Pennsatucky, riding the prison bus. Oh, you know shit's just gonna hit the fan with her.
I'm
Marisa.
really interested to see how they deal with this situation. I'm apprehensive about it, but I'm interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah, the
Because sometimes
donut
the
store
show just,
guy
you know,
is a disgusting pig.
yeah.
And
But
like
it's
I
like,
hate because like I find his face like kind of attractive, but I'm like, no, he's an awful, disgusting, abusive pig. Like he was so like the whole like scene where him and Pennsatucky were at that lake and then she's like treating her as a dog kind of. I was like, that's like if that's your kink, fine, but it was just really because like it's a prisoner and then a guard like sort of like interacting this way. It was not it was very like discomforting and really creepy to me.
I mean, yeah, but it's supposed to feel that way too. I'm just like, sometimes the show I find like they try and like display what shit, like what kind of shit happens, and whether or
Yeah,
not they always do a good job is up for debate. But I think it's interesting that somebody's like doing it.
yeah. I hope that other girl's like okay. I
Yeah.
for her
I
life.
just hope that so many people are okay after this season.
Right?
Yeah, it's
We
like,
don't even know if Alex got shot, so.
but I don't care about Alex.
Oh,
I don't
Alex.
care about Alex though.
I saw somebody was like on Tumblr was theorizing that because somebody asked someone I follow like, what do you think is gonna happen with Alex? And they're like, I think that Ellen DeGeneres lookalike is gonna save her. I was like, I can see
She
that.
does look like Ellen DeGeneres. Holy shit.
Just a bit.
Well, white people. White people all
Bloody
look like the same.
mayonnaise.
Yeah. I don't care what happens to those two. Alex and Piper, like I don't care.
Yeah, as
I mean,
long
I
as
don't
Piper
care, I
stays
just
in
wanna
the
know what
prison,
happens.
because then we get to see more of her weird shenanigans where she decides to fucking sell creepy pandy things to people. Like, I don't know, I just live for the fact that everyone just puts up with Piper's shit and secretly, like, talk shit about her. Like, that's my favorite thing about the entire show.
It's gonna be so weird when I have to watch this season over with my grandma because she watches. But
Oh
like,
really?
yeah, but like that point in the first season where they're talking about edging and it goes on for like 5 minutes. That came up
Whoa.
one night and I just skipped it. I just go, Grandma, you're too young. You can't listen to this.
You're too young, Grandma.
Grandma.
She was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but okay.
Well, I'm gonna watch it together with my parents, and my dad is a white man, but he surprisingly liked both of the previous seasons. So like, I'm kind of surprised to see that he of all people really enjoyed the show. But yeah, there are some scenes when I'm just like, I really don't want to be in the room when they watch this.
Just like, I need a drink.
Like,
like that one scene where Caputo's fucking Figueroa.
Right?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Ew! It's not even one scene. It's like 5 scenes of them fucking, and it's disgusting.
It's so much. It's so overwhelming. I was like, oh my god. And then that weird scream she did that one time. I was like, what is that? Like, like.
Oh my god. No.
And then you just see Figueroa subtly trying to do that like Diamond Forever boob trick where you like pull more of your boob from your back fat and like pull it in to the center to try to make you look like you have more boobage.
I was wondering what that was.
Ugh.
It's all fake. It's not like all of us were wondering, oh, how's Caputo's sex life? And, what happened to Figueroa?
Right.
Just out of the blue, he started fucking her in front of us, and it was disgusting.
I don't think I could get those scenes out of my mind.
I was just like, y'all are shading me because I have as much hair as him. I'm just like, no, stop that. Stop making me look bad.
Oh no.
I mean, I would clock myself on how much body hair I have, but you know what? Y'all just need to know that I'm a hairless,
Uh,
beautiful
Baby.
chicken.
You're a
I
saint
got
cat.
Chicken.
I got a lot of hair. Most people enjoy it, so
I mean,
The
I
I
don't
only
barely
know
have
hair
hair.
that I
about.
have a problem with is his fucking graying mustache. And that's sad,
The
sad.
mustache needs to go. It's so
Like,
awful.
please, Caputo.
But I
Just
feel
leave
like
it.
if like once the mustache goes, like you're gonna see him and it's gonna be like, no, like put it back on, like because
Yeah.
I saw a picture of porn stash without a mustache and it was very uncomfortable. It was not a look.
But
And
did you
Not
see
a
how he looked in prison with that horrible mullet and no mustache,
Oh,
crying to his mom? It was
it was
awful
that
and
was
It
pathetic.
was a
really
gift from Baby
sad.
Jeebus right there.
I don't know. I think there's something that's gonna be around that storyline in the next season because he's like, I'm still going to get my child back and everything. So I'm like, oh.
There's
Yeah,
gonna be like
if
some sort
he
of in
finds
prison
the
history
baby
novel.
and tries to adopt it, they're going to, and especially since his mother mentioned that it's not his, he's going to try to do like a DNA test, and he's gonna realize, oh, it's fucking
Mm,
Bennett. Like,
oh
I'm pretty sure
no.
that that is something that is gonna happen, and
Oh
someone
Well,
no.
no, because like the thing is with DNA tests is you have to have something to match it against, right?
Oh yeah,
So if
like
you don't,
it needs to be there and like
right.
be a part of the test. So
Yeah,
maybe
but
something will
like
happen around that.
but he was in the military though, and he must have some kind of record, so like they
oh my
should be
god,
able
speaking
Yeah.
of
to.
him in the military, speaking of him in the military, can we get into the fucking the shit is bananas? Fucking all of them dancing around, fucking shirtless. I was like, okay, like I could work with this. This is nice. Like, okay, work, go Bennett.
I absolutely
That reminds
love
me
his little
of
like soggy upper body, like
yeah. It's nice to not see like a super hunky man like shirtless for once.
yeah, but he's still hugged though.
Mm,
Mm.
he can get
That's
it.
a pretty face.
Yeah, I think the
I
face makes up for a lot of it. Like if he had Caputo's face, it would just be like, no,
oh,
no, get off.
Oh Lord. Get that
I
image out of my head.
why'd you even mention that, Jill? Come on.
Because I am a very sadistic person,
Well, you
apparently.
see, Zeal was
Well, I
hoping that
mean,
we would
you
all
are
die from that image, and then they could just take over the show.
Honestly, that's probably Zeal's plan all along.
Well, I'm not neither confirming nor denying anything you say.
Uh-huh.
Just know that if it's, if it doesn't have a return address when it comes to your house, it's from Sweden, and you shouldn't open because there's anthrax.
Oh god. I
I
never
don't know
opened
what
anything from
anthrax is.
Sweden.
I'm from Sweden. I don't know. Ja, ja.
It's this
I
party, y'all.
Another thing about the show, there's like hints of like Muslim representation, but I didn't like any of it. I guess I found kind of cute how like Alex was getting into Islam and like reading the Quran, but like what bothered me was in the scenes where Bennett was in the military, that like one Muslim immigrant person who's like just seen as like the stupid immigrant basically, for lack of better words.
Even though
And
he's
then
not even an immigrant. Ugh.
yeah, that was basically the depiction, like the backwards foreigner that doesn't know anything. But then like it was so sad when like he was shot, even though like he was trying to like warn them against like the other like people with him that they were like actually terrorists. But then it's like, why are Muslims terrorists? And then that last scene with that, I forget her name, but like that one girl who's like was her family's in the Nation of Islam. I was like, whoa, wait, she's Muslim? That's so dope. And then, like, her dad turns out to be, like, this shit human being who, like, slaps her. I'm
Yeah.
like, thank you. And I don't know much about the Nation of Islam, but I've heard here and there that they're really like problematic and like sexist and misogynistic, but I don't know for
Oh, well,
sure.
of course they are. But
But then it's like, okay, you're gonna have like these two like representations of like Muslim people. Thank you. Like the backwards foreigner and then the misogynistic piece of crap. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
right, but
Thank you.
Black Stacy, I think is her name.
Black
Cindy.
Black Cindy, excuse me. Stacy.
That's not my name. That's not my name.
But she slayed me because she's like, you know what? I want to be Jewish. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yes,
God,
bitch.
flirting with
Yeah,
every-
I thought it was cute, like how
She
seriously
was
she
so
took it
happy.
at the
Like,
end. Yeah, and then at the end when she like does the whole like cleansing myself thing, I forget what it's called, but that I was so adorable.
I
And
think it
like
was.
that along with
It was
the whole lake scene in general.
Yeah, like that was so cute. Like when they all started like running for the fucking opening in the gate, I was like, oh my god! I was like, I had like my blanket in my hand. I was just like smiling into my blanket. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
man. Like,
And
go.
when the
Go.
electrical guy walked out and was like, nope, I was just like, yes, I live.
Like I didn't see
Oh,
any of this. Oh my god! One thing I was like really living for though was like Suzanne and her story and like everybody like
Oh
being
yeah.
like obsessed with her story. Like I thought that was so cute and like it was so
yeah.
funny.
Wait,
And
General Cockrocker?
her Admiral
Yeah.
Ron.
Yes.
I was sad that though that like that was the reason that got the other counselor like fired.
Yeah,
I
that
want
was.
them to like release that as like a merch item and just like you be able to read those stories.
I mean,
That
it
was
had
down.
fucking illustrations and everything. I'm like, I want to read that.
It was
Like,
down.
and I really, really love that, like, one fangirl who was like, oh, I can help you with your writer's block, blah, 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 and then Suzanne even
Oh
swam out to get a
yeah.
turtle for her. I'm like, oh my god, they were so cute together.
Oh my god, next season they better be a couple.
Yeah, they better
together.
be.
They better be. They're cute together.
They are. I just need Suzanne to be happy, and I need her to know that she really is a garden rose, and
Yes.
like, that's what I need.
And we also need her to finally explore her sexuality or lack thereof. You know?
Mhm.
Because, like,
Oh.
they hinted at her being asexual, but I'm like, but is it asexual or inexperienced, or what is it?
Oh,
You know?
but no,
'Cause, like,
She's definitely queer of some sort.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, like somebody, I wish I like saved it or whatever, but somebody wrote up like a really good post about like how it would be like plausible for Tasty to be asexual, and like, and they were like talking because they like talked about the like stuff with like her like with like between like her and Hussein and whatnot, and like how like she. I wish I fucking saved it. Like it was really fucking good, and I was like I could really see this. Like her being like, because whenever she talks about sex, she's always only like, and not to like I don't know, make out like I don't know, reinforce ridiculous like sex stereotypes about asexuals, but like whenever she's talking about sex, she's always joking about it. She doesn't like ever really take it very seriously. Like you can very much tell like with like Pusey coming on to her, like she never like she. It was something about like they said that like how she never said that she's not like attracted to women. It's just that like she was uncomfortable with the idea of like sex or whatever, like and stuff like that. And so like they wrote this like really good like explanation, and I was like, I would live for asexual Tasty. That would be everything.
Yeah, but then again, we even this season, no one even uttered the B word in
True.
regards to any character. So I think like it's a very small chance, but I would live for it. I would live for it.
Like, I just
Suzanne's definitely queer of some sort because she was facing after Piper the first season.
who?
right.
Suzanne.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about Tasty. I was like,
I
Oh,
was
no. Sorry. I was going back to Suzanne. My bad.
Yeah. No, but like she's definitely not not
She's
straight
queer as
person.
fuck. She's a
Mhm.
queer. She's a
And I
queer.
mean writing all of those chapters.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Mm-mm.
mm-mm.
We were all living. I don't think it
Yeah.
was a question about whether or not we were living. I think it was
True.
just the fact that we were
Yes.
True.
living.
Yes. Does anyone have anything else to say about the season, or should we try to move on until Kat is okay to come back?
I really just want to see Sophia get another trans girlfriend. You
Yeah,
know.
that'd be great.
Oh, and does anybody ever kind of like take a step back and realize Laverne Cox plays not only a trans woman but a trans lesbian?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
nobody ever talks about the fact that Sophia Bursett is a trans lesbian, nor do they like
Right.
go and like
That's
talk
very
about
true.
the fact that she
Bitch,
has
she don't
absolutely
like
no
sausage
romantic.
in her egg McMuffin. She don't like sausage in her egg McMuffin. She told Pornstat. That's right. Oh my god.
Please do not refer to it as an egg muffin. I do not want food involved with it.
Or was it an egg McMuffin or McGriddle? I don't know. But she don't like sausage.
I don't know.
But she's not about that sausage.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and that's the thing. Like there is no romantic interest, which kind of bummed me out. Like absolutely nothing happens to her except for she gets attacked, and well, I
And
do.
and her son is being very problematic.
Oh my god. I can't like
I
The
would smack
whole
the
thing
shit out
with
of
her
him. I'm
he needs a
sorry.
whooping. He needs a whooping. It's what he needs.
Yeah.
Needs a strong trans woman in his life.
Then again, when she gave him that advice, like, go for an insecure girl, I was like, Sophia?
Yeah, like, girl, why are you
Mm,
saying this?
I thought she was like just like playing, but then she was like serious. I'm like, oh my god, no.
Right.
Ugh.
Like, come on, Laverne, come on. Even though it's not Laverne, it's Sophia, but
mm.
yeah, I would love to see like her like have a relationship. But I think she's like super committed to like her wife at this point.
Yeah,
And
but like,
getting, I think she's really like, I want to get out of prison so I can help my son. Like,
Yeah.
she's definitely not on the like. She's not like Piper, who's like, I'm gonna start a panty business. What did you? I'm going to
Fuck
fucking
Piper.
do everything to make sure that I stay here for a long time because I don't seem to have a plan when I get out of here. Like,
I'm gonna call Alex here and say, fuck you, Piper. I'm
Right.
slapping myself for that.
Piper.
I
That's
think
like really good
she's
quote.
so annoying.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's probably the best quote of it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't quote me on that. I didn't say that. The rest of the characters have better things to say.
I mean, that's too bad because it is recorded. I don't know if you know this, but this
Oh,
has all
really?
been live. So,
Oh my god. I had no idea.
sorry.
I had no idea. How embarrassing.
How
ugh,
embarrassing.
the humanity, the humanity, the humanity.
All
So
right.
I like,
Pray to Jesus. Pray to Jesus for
oh
it.
man, so I have like the tab for the just a YouTube link, and like the banner that I have, it looks so blurry on the video feed. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
upset about that. I don't know why that's happening, but whatever.
because you're a terrible person. I'm just kidding. Sorry. I can't be mean to you. I
The
cannot be
internet
mean
hates
to
me.
you. I can be cruel to basically everyone but you.
Aww. I
Um,
don't know
you
why.
can try to be cruel to everyone, and you might succeed with most of them, but I think you'll fail when it comes to me. Sorry.
That is
I just
implying that I have not already been cruel to you, and we both know that is not true.
right.
Lord, we haven't checked the
So,
comments in like a decade.
Oh yeah, someone
Oh.
on that because my
I can
browser
do
was
it.
working slow, so I can't really check.
Okay, where was I?
Janet Jackson's releasing a new album and doing a world
oh my
tour.
God, please
I mean,
stop.
we all knew that. We all knew that, though. We all knew that.
Like
That's
didn't Dakota like read the eyes of the last person who said that?
No, but this is confirmed, though.
Well, it said somebody
Oh,
said
it's
it in the comments,
confirmed.
so I was just like, oh,
It's
I'll
like,
just...
isn't it like on her website or something? I can check right now, but like,
But
Yeah,
no,
they, like,
it was
left a
confirmed
link.
last time, if I wasn't mistaken. It was confirmed.
Okay. There's like 4 comments from Tina Delage. And like, I remember you because you like called me out and saying like a lot, so I have some problems with you, but it's okay.
rude.
Rude! I
The
know that problem.
rudity.
So I think this one is addressed to Tori. From now on, we will only refer to that great white fraud as that hussy. It is law. And then she says, I would say it's more like a bachelorette party than a gay bar, to be honest.
I think
That might be
referring
true. That might be
to
something talks to an art.
the midsummer penis. I think that is definitely.
Oh, this one. White men absolutely use men of color to deflect from their own misogyny. Yes, that's so true. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for putting that into words. Orange is the new black, or Piper is the new Larry from Nomura Mons. Honestly,
well,
yeah.
it is true.
It is true.
Because, like, everyone wanted Larry to... Like, everyone felt the Larry scenes were just boring last season, and this season it was, like, all the Piper scenes were just like, fast forward. Like...
Oh, someone sent a cute question. Allison B, Ali B, that's true, it's been a rough week, so just for fun, if you're granted full financial backing to create a Teas and Kikis series for television, who would be your dream first guest? For me, it'd be Janet Mock.
The HRC.
Janet Mock, Laverne Cox, Isis
Janet
King.
Mock, Laverne Cox. Yes.
God.
I swear, if someone says Gigi Gorgeous, I'm gonna bop them on the head.
Well,
what's her deal? I know like she's like a makeup artist channel. I know she's just like I know like she transitioned quote unquote like throughout like her I guess like doing YouTube. But I know she hangs out with like a lot of the like crappy people like Shane Dawson and whatever.
Yeah, so I guess that's really all we need to know about it.
That's all we need to know. Like, has she done anything lately?
I don't care. I don't know who I would like want on the show except for the obvious like Laverne and Janet. But like, I think it would be really cool to have like some oh god, I forget the name. I would love like just for selfish reasons, I would love to have like people like Anthony Hegarty, because he's like one of the first trans people. Like Anthony and Johnson's, he was like the first trans person I ever like heard / saw ever, and like I would love to talk to him, and maybe like Richard O'Brien, because they are a legend and everyone should basically kiss their feet.
I haven't heard of those people.
Well, Richard O'Brien is the person who wrote Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, okay.
and is non-binary. So
I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Rocky Horror because, like, everybody's seen it, everybody's heard it. That one person who always has to go and compare you to the,
Yeah.
transsexual Transvanian,
Oh no.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. But like when I saw it, my poor little confused preteen heart was like, what is this feeling? Like, why do I feel like I want to be there? Like, why do I really feel like I want to be a transsexual Transylvanian? Like, I think it's one of those things. Like, a lot of queer people saw it and was like, holy shit, this is fucking dope. But then a bunch of straight people came and was like, yes, blah. So.
That's
I
basically
feel
what
like
happened,
straight
though,
people should
didn't
not be
it?
allowed to see Rocky Horror.
It was definitely progressive for its time, but obviously
Yeah.
now it's very like
The thing is, like, viewing
sensational
parties
and like
of the Rocky Horror Picture Show during the 80s was, like, a really big deal, because during the 70s, like, queer things were really, like, hip. I mean, if you just look at fucking David Bowie, like,
right.
queer androgyny and gay stuff and stuff like that in the 70s were, like, being trendy, but then in the 80s, AIDS was a thing, so like viewing parties of Rocky Horror Picture Show became like a big community thing. So
Yeah.
I mean that like that's why it became so legendary, because a lot of people like kept having them even after like even when quote unquote gay rights started to get more like accepted and stuff like that. Rocky Horror was like always constant.
Oh, here's another comment. Hi guys, this is from Blob Blah. Hi guys, I don't know if you remember, but about 3 months ago I commented about my friend who went into the Big Brother house in my country. She's trans too, and how they discriminated her in the first night after the faggot, I don't know, of the house saw her Adam's apple. Well, I just wanted to let you know that she won. Hashtag so hype right now. Oh, congrats. That's
Yes.
great.
Congratulations.
I think
I
I
heard that
remember
What,
that
would
bitch?
be
comment.
really problematic, but I'm glad that she won. Good for her. Or good for that person. I don't know how they identify it. Did they? Oh, wait. They
Any more
used her,
comments?
so her. Um, that was basically it for now.
Okay.
We have like 21 people watching.
Well, my stats are saying we have 19 people, but
Oh,
I mean,
I'm
let's
just
face it, we're a ragtag bunch of bitches right now.
yeah.
So,
Like the thing
Yeah.
is, we have not like discussed anything important during the entire show. Like we've just been
a lot of people
fucking
aren't
around.
here. A lot of people aren't here. I'm upset.
Yeah.
so very rude. I'm very pressed about that, but you know what?
Yes.
That's okay. That's okay.
I mean, some people are apparently too busy to be on the show, and you
The
know,
Hussies.
it just sounds like you're
A lot of
saying
people
horsies with a weird
messages.
accent. The hussies.
You're on my death list. Thanks.
Oh God.
Oh, you mean that I wasn't on it before?
Right.
Well, you were cleared. You were on it,
Weird.
then you weren't, and now you're back on.
Okay,
So,
excuse me.
I'm
I'm gonna
glad.
give you more time for your non sequitur in a moment. Miss Charlotte, what is the clanking and the dinging and the donging going on over your
Oh my god, I'm
place?
so sorry. I'm eating a bowl of salad. I'm so sorry.
Well, all I hear is a bunch of fucking church bells over at your place, so
Church
hush.
bells.
I totally forgot that I was like not muted anymore and had food in my hand. It's my fork clanging against this glass bowl. I'm so sorry. I'm going to mute myself, and I'll be back when I'm done eating.
So disrespectful. I mean,
Well, I
unbelievable.
mean, I am black. I am black.
Oh
You're
God.
loud. You're lazy.
The blacks, just them blacks. So okay, bye. Yeah.
I had no part in this.
Yeah, I did not say she was black. I just said she was lazy and loud. I mean, that's just stating facts. Oh God, this is a mess. So Chainsaw, do you have anything to say? Okay, apparently not.
Okay.
Victoria.
Hello.
Victoria.
Yes.
Do you have anything special on your mind that is appropriate for the show?
Well, you know, there was this one incident, right, that involved a lot of illegal drugs, strippers, police evasion, and this story might get me in legal trouble, but you know what? I think it might be, appropriate for this show. I think it might be appropriate for this.
I very much believe you. So
No, but like seriously, my friend has this like huge fucking case of bobby pins of like all different shapes, sizes, designs, and materials. And she's like, oh, yeah, like my mom just has like this obsession with buying me bobby pins. And I'm like, that's cool. And then like she's all like, you want some? And so like I have a fistful of bobby pins and like I'm just sticking them in my hair like every once in a while to get down the flyaways and you know maintain this beautiful sleek hair on that ass tattoo. But you know what? I don't. They're not good bobby pins. And I don't know how to tell my friend that like her mom doesn't know how to buy shit and still sound nice.
well, you know, that's a lovely story. And I hope it works out for you. Zane, do you have anything special on your heart and mind?
Not really.
I mean, this show is like the worst show I have ever hosted, and this is a mess. And
I think we had
Overall,
a good
having a lovely time.
we had a good discussion about OINTB. Orange is the New Black.
yeah,
basically.
we're not in a hurry. You can say the entire title.
Yeah.
I detected a little bit of shade. I did.
I know. It was rude. You're being very
That's who
racist.
I am.
I'm feeling your white privilege very hard right now.
Oh, how dare you?
So many coconuts.
I am actually transracial.
Oh
So,
God. Lord.
You knew this as it was gonna bring this shit out sometime.
as of this moment, I am actually not white and Swedish. I am actually an African American woman. I identify as black.
Are you gonna go to Howard?
You're disgusting, vile trash.
Well, you see,
I
actually the
just
thing
say-
was that I was ID'd as black at birth, but I have since racialed into a white woman of Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. So, you know, like, I can't relate. I can't relate to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dying.
We just have, like, totally different stories.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all must be stopped.
Yeah, this is.
I think we need an intervention.
The
But
whole
who's gonna check
show
me,
has
though?
been
Not
an
you.
intervention. The whole show has been an intervention.
Mm.
For Lindsay Lohan's coke addiction?
No. How
Oh.
dare you bring up that old shit? She is doing good with her life.
Oh, she is? Wow.
I think so. I don't know. I saw a Tumblr post about it like 3 years ago.
That's surprising. I thought she went downhill.
Last I heard about her, she was like carrying a Quran throughout New York City, and then all like this like shit bothered me, but like every Muslim like on Tumblr like erupted about how like, oh, she's like Muslim, I can't wait for like her to go to Hajj and whatever. I'm like, y'all need to calm the fuck down. Like, it's who the fuck cares? I don't. Like, if that's what she wants to do, fine, but she's not like an idol for me.
Are you saying that you did
is
not
an
love?
icon. She is an icon. An
Is she an
icon?
acorn? Is she an acorn? What are you saying?
Did I say that?
An icon? An icon. An icon? An icon. An
Are you making
icon
fun
or
of
an
me?
iconot?
You're bullying me right now. That's really rude. Did I say Akon like by accident? I didn't even catch myself.
Well, I mean, you might have, but like that's not my problem.
Okay.
You
Zeal,
are
you're
all...
saying something.
What?
You're gonna say something, but I think Tori cut you
I
off.
do not remember. I am feeling the alcohol buzzing in my system, and I'm getting tired.
Share. Sharing is caring. Share. I need some alcohol. I always need some alcohol, to be honest.
What time is it for you there?
It is 5:45 in the evening. So it's definitely appropriate for drinking.
I mean, you just go by the motto. It's always 6 o'clock somewhere.
But I thought it was.
But it's actually 6 o'clock where she lives, so.
But and Steven Universe is gonna be coming on soon. I can't wait. No, like if I had like free access to mixed drinks and alcohol, my quality of life would improve significantly. I would just be a much happier person. And yeah.
Oh, this should really be an intervention for your alcohol problem. Jesus.
I don't know what you're talking about. So.
I would be a depressed, drunk shut-in. Like Cat Black wouldn't even be able to hold a fucking 4th of July sparkler to my menorah.
Oh my god.
I got a candle for you and 7 others. So, you know.
I drink responsibly.
I don't.
I do. Like, I don't know. I don't like us. Like, especially when I'm like with my friends and shit. Like, I don't know where this trope or like stereotype of like high school kids. Not that I'm in high school anymore, but when I was in high school, like high school kids like, being fucking ridiculous and like driving drunk and all this whatnot. Because like it obviously does happen, but like none of that happened. Like at my school, like yeah, we like went out and were reckless and shit, but it's like we were very like there was always a designated driver. Like nobody was like air quotes peer pressured into drinking. Like I don't know, like everybody that I guess you could say like party with air quotes is really chill and like about that kind of shit. So like I don't know, I drink responsibly. Like I don't believe in irresponsible drinking. It's just not like that's fucked up. So much shit for a lot of people. No. So.
It's better to know how to drink and know what your limits are because you know. I mean, you especially see with like Christian universities that have like a lot of kids that were homeschooled. They hit college and a lot of them don't fuck with shit, but the ones that do go out and they have no idea what they're doing, and they alcohol poisoning. You think it's bad at regular colleges? You go to some of those places.
All I'm saying is GCC over where like I live. Them dumb fucking
like, all the
hussies.
people that I hang out with are like crazy white children, so like things do get crazy. So.
Well, I mean, the reason I drink responsibly is because the first time I got drunk, I got too drunk, too fast, too furious, and I did not feel good. I threw up, and then I was like, okay, I am not gonna drink that much alcohol. And since then, I have never even had a hangover. Like, I don't know, it's just something in my body that's like, okay, you're gonna take a glass of water right now, and you're gonna calm down, and then you can drink another drink. Like, it's always, and the thing is, it's always different for different people. Like, that's like one of my worst things. People are like, well, you know, I can do this, this, this. You're just a weakling, and it's like it all depends on your metabolism, your body weight, like all of that comes into play when it comes to alcohol and how much you can take before it's too much. And I really feel like as long as you feel that you are comfortable with who you are when you drink, like, just go ahead. But the moment you start to feel that maybe you don't have as much control as you think you have, you should try to calm down.
Yep.
I just get ridiculous and like silly when I'm drunk. I don't know, like everything's hilarious. And nothing is a bad idea. Nothing is a bad idea.
Right. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm just imagining, like, I'm just imagining Charlotte, like, in, like, her drunken, you know, like, slang that's just, like, slurring, like, let's get nigga! You just see, like, everybody, like, in a pool party, just, like, yes, feeling that Lady Gaga poker
I would
face
actually
fantasy.
love it to see, like, like all of the Teeth and Kikis people at a party, because I know, the thing is, when I get drunk, I become, like, a fucking mother. Like, I'm sober, I'm, like, Charlotte when she's drunk. I'm like, I'll fucking do anything. I'll fucking jump out the window. But the moment I drink a little bit, I'm like, okay, how is that person doing? I should go and check out they're okay. Ooh, I need to drink a glass of water now. Oh, are you doing okay? Blah, blah, blah. Then maybe I make out with someone. But then I go on and, like, make sure that everyone around me is okay. Well, I'm like...
I'm mom when I'm sober. I'm mom when I'm sober. When I'm drunk, I'm like, I just want to do everything that's bad for me. Like,
so basically, we used to switch roles when we're... Well, that's just a golden relationship right there. Cheers.
For real, like, we could all be drunk and, like, people will still have the mother of the group who will, like, take care of them and bring them water, and I'll just be on the sidelines encouraging them to drink more and do drugs with me. It's fine.
Oh,
yeah, but I'm just gonna say, like, there has been times that I have been, like, specifically this one time, I was in the middle of making out with a girl at a party, and then someone tapped me on the shoulder and was like, oh, that guy who came with you, he's throwing up in, like, the thing in the kitchen. And I'm like, oh god, hold on. I, like, let go of the girl, like, wipe a bit of my lipstick off her face, and it's like, I need to take care of this. Oh god.
Y'all are, like, describing me. I just realized I'm pretty sure I'm the fucking mother of my group. I keep these bitches from getting themselves killed.
Yeah, that's
like,
me.
Oh,
that's me.
Oh shit.
TBH,
just like,
that is me as well.
Somebody said something that they didn't know what it was and they're freaking out. Let's just get chainsaw on it. They'll go over and calm down.
Like, my best friend is, like, simultaneously the mom and the really irresponsible baby, so, like, she's, like, trying to mother and being, like, ridiculous at the same time, and it's just, like, I have to be there to, like, add in my extra mothering, and, like, it's just, and that doesn't even always work out sometimes, because then sometimes I'm not even, like, tuning into my inner mother, and I'm like, no, like, babe, like, let's just go be fucking reckless, like, oh my god, blah, 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 and she's like, but, like, Charlotte, no, like, so-and-so's, like, freaking out, or so-and-so is sick right now, and I'm like, but they're gonna be fine, like, let's just go, and, like, it's just, it's not. It is ever.
A mess. A mess.
Oh, speaking
I just
of this
blame the homosexuals, honestly. Sorry, Zane.
Has the people heard...
Sorry,
That's
someone
it.
said something. I didn't catch it.
Okay, shut up. Chainsaw's been trying to say something, but everyone was saying, huh?
I'm
Huh?
sorry.
Huh?
I'm so confused. But
Chainsaw, go ahead.
has everybody heard of like that ruling in Colorado where I'm not sure like what sort of disability this person had, some sort of like they couldn't walk sort of thing in Colorado, and they were on medical marijuana, and it was ruled that their boss could fire them, even though they had like a legal med card. And I'm just like, oh, that's a wonderful precedent for people with chronic pain issues. Like, isn't that great?
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
lovely.
It doesn't surprise me in the least, honestly. Like, oh wow, Rich Whitey McWhiterson wants a decent reason to, fire the disabled person.
Right.
What a
Yeah.
surprise.
That's awful.
I mean, and that's basically all it is, because this guy, he was working for a Dish Network, so a fucking cable company. And like nobody ever suspected him of being high on the job. He always like got flying colors on all his shit. And then I guess they just tested him one day, and they were like, "Oh, well, you come out positive for marijuana. Fuck you." Like, I'm just like, I have been binding my chest for 7 years. I don't need this worry in my life.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, it's just like everyone hates disabled people.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. And even if they have, I'm just so gagged because I was literally talking to a girl at my job who was like, because we have a woman who's in a wheelchair, and like everyone respects her and blah blah blah. But she was like, well, I don't know, like why we need to have such wide aisles in the store. And I was like, well, for example, she couldn't get around if we had like more stuff blocking the way. And she was like, oh right, but like not everyone is as big as she is. And I'm like, are you really is fat shaming a woman in a wheelchair right now? Are you really? Like, I was basically just speechless, and I was like, that
This
shouldn't
says
matter. All I said was that shouldn't matter, and then I left because I was so upset. I'm just happy that she wasn't there to hear it, because
Mm.
that's so
That's
disrespectful, so awful, and it's just like so much proof that people just hate people who don't like. I don't know. I
Mhm.
hate everyone.
People
Yeah,
suck.
yeah.
I'm not racist. I hate everyone.
I'm not racist. I hate everyone.
I mean, the thing is that if you're a person, just stay away from me until I realize, what you're up to. I'm like a cat.
I'm a cat. I'm just a straight up cat.
Yeah.
I don't see it for you. I don't see you. I'm not checking for your ass.
I
You
will
don't.
take your food.
I will snag everything you own and throw it off of that counter, right? That little fucking, um, coffee table, like right onto the fucking carpet. You better watch out for my huzzy ass.
You're clapping my cat so hard right now. He does that. That's his favorite pastime. That and running around with balls in his mouth, while wearing like this feather boa thing, and then going in and hiding in a closet. My cat's a faggot. It takes after me.
You guys
I
are
take after
awful.
myself, so I don't know who.
Um, seriously, do we have anything else to say? Because I don't really think that there are anyone else joining us.
Yeah.
They said we don't see it for them.
Yeah, oh god, no, but because I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired, and I gotta get up early tomorrow, so I mean, unless someone has something like they really want to talk about, which, first of all, if you had something you really wanted to talk about and didn't bring it up, how dare you? But it
Well,
doesn't
I mean,
seem that
I just
way.
wanted to talk about all that hooker and crack, you know? I really, really did.
You need to stop. You need to stop. I'm going
Tori.
to mute you.
Tori, please stop.
You need to be stopped.
Hashtag stop the Victoria.
You need to be stopped. That's just how it is.
Oh my.
Why are you slurring? Like, it's so gross.
Like, if we had to subtitle that, we would be like, you need to enter, like, whistling sound, you know, and, like...
How dare you insult
Marks.
my whistling sounds?
Oh my god, I don't even know what that is.
It is just my natural way of speaking. How dare you?
How very dare.
I can vibe with that. I can vibe with that.
I'm
That's
not gonna
definitely
say
possible.
anything.
I mean,
Anyway.
Well,
anyway.
this was just such a lovely flop of a show, y'all.
This was the hottest of messes, and I deeply regret ever agreeing to hosting the show. I'm just kidding. It was really nice of you to come. It was really nice of you to come, and most of you on time too. Like, it was lovely to see. Anyway, so goodbye. I'm gonna leave this hangout open so you can still talk about Victoria's hookers and blow, and then
Oh my god.
Hookers and blow.
hookers and blow, the Victoria
Hookers
story.
and blow and other things.
Oh god.
Plenty of other things.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.